Practicing the Four Immeasurables. Meditation in Buddhism is not simply to sit down and meditate, but the real meaning of meditation is the letting go of defilements in the mind and leading it to the state of liberation. When we move about, stand, lie down, sit, touch, or hold something, go on about our lives, while constantly letting go of craving and defilements, and then leading the mind to an unshakable, serene, joyful, and carefree state, we are practicing meditation. Now, let me share with you in a concise way how to practice the four immeasurable minds like the Buddha taught centuries ago, and you will realize that only by practicing and applying what you have learned can you attain liberation. Practicing loving-kindness meditation is enough, as once you experience loving-kindness, you will automatically experience compassion. Having compassion, joy will arise, and with joy arising, equanimity will come about. Every day when you are walking on the road, in the fields, by the forest, or wherever in nature, put all your attention down at your feet, and then begin to repeat in your mind this auto-suggestion phrase. Beneath my feet are many kinds of harmless plants and small creatures. Let me avoid stepping on them. And as you walk and remind yourself like that, you will begin to feel your own nobility. A subtle feeling of joy will arise within you as you walk, while embracing every living being around you with love and respect. As you practice this diligently, day by day, loving-kindness will grow stronger and stronger, until one day it will completely embrace every living being, transcending every boundary. We have to begin by practicing loving-kindness like that, starting with small creatures and plants, and from there, the love will grow. Back in the Buddha's time, every time that he walked, he avoided stepping on grass and plants. When returning from begging for alms and realizing that his bowl contained meat, he placed the meat down on the ground for the ants to eat. He even avoided placing the meat on the grass, as that will damage the grass. When you are sitting down, you should also remind yourself, there may be small creatures on the place where I am about to sit. Let me avoid harming them. And then you should observe carefully that there are no creatures on the place you are about to sit, before sitting down. When you are lying down, you should also remind yourself, there may be small creatures on the place I'm about to lie down. Let me avoid harming them. And then you should observe carefully that there are no creatures on the place you are about to lie down. You will feel a sense of joy as you lie down, feeling happy because of your actions. When you are grabbing or holding something, you should also remind yourself to be gentle and careful so as not to avoid harming any small beings which may be present. You should always remind yourself, through auto-suggestion, every creature values their own life just like us. They will be hurt very badly and will scream out silent screams which you will not be able to hear. That would be a very unfortunate thing to happen, wouldn't it be so, my students? Then, once you have perfected loving kindness towards all living beings, you can then direct your minds towards human beings. When you are sitting by yourself, you can direct your mind towards people who are crippled and victims of accidents and tell yourself this phrase. They are in so much suffering right now. I feel so much compassion for them. As you practice like this, your mind will increasingly expand outwards, and your love will grow in all directions, embracing plants, small creatures and animals, and then finally to human beings. Your love will grow in strength and embrace all and everything. This love has immense power. It makes you suddenly abandon all wrong ideas and views, all grasping, all delusions, all forms of fear and weakness, and you will be liberated from all that was binding you, holding you back, keeping you in suffering. And in this way, ignorance is destroyed. There has been someone who asked me that, could I begin practicing loving kindness meditation with this phrase? I love those who hate me. I love those whom I have hated in the past. When you remind yourself like that, it is not correct. You are forcing the mind to feel love. How can you begin to feel love towards other human beings when your love hasn't first embraced smaller creatures, those who are weaker than us? In your everyday life, hatred and anger stems from competing with each other out of pride and greed. So then, when you feel anger towards a fellow human being and want to get rid of this anger, do not apply this loving kindness meditation practice. This is wrong. Instead, use appropriate attention to remove anger. I have taught this in a previous lesson which you can listen to again. You have to practice skillfully. When angry, then practice letting go of anger. Same goes with greed, pride, and so on, using auto-suggestion. When your mind is calm, depending on the environment that you are living in, practice nurturing the 4 immeasurable minds to perfection. A miracle will happen, my students. Remember not to pray or chant about love and compassion. You will not be more loving or compassionate like that. You have to practice just as I have taught you in order to experience love. The Buddha had taught his disciples how to practice love and compassion, developing the 4 immeasurable minds. He did not teach chanting mantras. Chanting mantras will not transform you. Only through practicing in your everyday actions. Buddhism today has diverted from the original teachings of the Buddha. Practitioners are many, but true attainment and liberation from suffering is very few. So how can we say that the Buddhism we know today is miraculous? Practicing the Buddha's true teachings will help us end suffering completely and bring us liberation. Thus, it can be called miraculous. May you be diligent in your practice by the one who has the 4 confidences.